I'm Mason. I'm from California, and I'm excited to give you guys the shoes. Zapatos.
I'm going to the Philippines for Fil-Am Nation, and we're playing on a 15U team. So I thought that would be good to give back to my community, especially since I don't really go there too often. So I thought a good idea was to bring shoes because the people in the Philippines, they have to play barefoot on the courts, and they don't have as many shoes as we do. And there's so many different types of shoes, and like every week there's a new shoe, and every week like someone new gets new shoes. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to give back to my community and through basketball and shoes.
Mason, 14 years old, standing 5'8". You are tall for a Filipino, and naturally Filipinos and basketball, that's your sport.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did you discover it? At what age did you start? What was it like?
I just started playing when I was 3, and then I joined our local rec league, and at 4th grade they have a travel team. So I joined that, and not knowing like too much about basketball, and then I felt like playing through that, like all my friends have come through that, and all like my coaches I still talk to. Ever since that, I just kept on continuing playing basketball.
Why basketball though? Because there's so many other sports. There's football, soccer, but why basketball? What do you like about it?
It's like more than a game, and it's a team sport mainly. So obviously also just growing with my teammates, and just like seeing them not even on the court, but off the court too, which is really helped me fall in love with basketball as well, and just watching too.
Right. And not too long ago, we had a feature on the show on a group called Fil-Am Nation Select. We interviewed Coach Chris and Coach Pat. Their mission was to identify talents, talented athletes, Filipino Americans or Filipino mixed racial ethnicities, to develop them in whatever sport, and then maybe expose them to the Philippines for a chance and opportunity to somehow, someday play for the Philippine team. And you got connected to that group.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So 6th grade, or maybe a little before, I went to a camp, and I thought it was funny because I had to play center, and I never really played that, and it was just fun going and seeing other people like me, and I was like happy that to enjoy that camp.
You must have been really tall at 6th grade to play center. How tall were you there? Were you then? Were you aware?
I wasn't even that tall, but I was probably like only 5'4".
Right.
But that's still tall compared to the other Filipinos.
And what did you get out of that experience?
Just like seeing my culture and having fun through it, and just eating Filipino food too.
Mm-hmm. And it definitely had an impact on you, made an impact on you, because here you are again with Fil-Am Nation Select for a project. I love that you're only 14. This is an exciting experience for you going back to the Philippines, but you're even taking it further by not just going back, but by giving back. Where did you get the idea to bring shoes?
Just seeing how obviously they don't have many shoes in the Philippines, or like fake shoes in Green Hills. So just seeing like how many shoes I have and that I don't necessarily use or grown out of, I thought it was a good idea to just give back to them.
I know that you gathered a lot of shoes and even some balls to give away. You have people to thank. Go ahead.
Thank you to Taboo for donating shoes, and my friend Luke Davidson for the Kobe's, and they get a Crypto and Lakers Foundation for donating balls and pumps and t-shirts as well. So I just want to say thank you to everyone else too.
Right. So how many pairs have you gathered, collected to bring back home?
So just here, we've gathered a little more than 200 pairs of shoes, and that's not including what we're gonna get from the Philippines, from my teammates and the other teams. So it's about like 9 full luggages filled with shoes.
We introduced you to a 14-year-old young man who loves basketball, born and raised here in the US, but has a heart for Filipinos, especially for the less fortunate Filipinos back in the Philippines who love basketball. Recently, he went back there where he not only played for a league, he also collected basketball shoes here and gave them away in the Philippines. How do you raise children that are socially conscious and that are not just about themselves, not just about wanting to receive for themselves, but also are thinking of others and thinking of how they can give back? And that is why we also caught up with the mom of Mason, who's a good friend of mine as well. She is a career woman and also is an achiever in her own right, in her own industry. But aside from that, she is a wonderful mom who has been raising these socially conscious children who are well-rounded as well. I am talking about Melsa. Here she is.
I'm so excited. I was actually born in the Philippines and I moved here, when I was 7 years old. I do have a lot of friends in the Philippines because every summer my parents would send me there to spend time with them, which is how I was able to know my roots. Now that my kids are older and now that Mason understands our culture more, it'll give him a better understanding of, what he has here and all the benefits that he has here, and then seeing other kids in the Philippines and what they have. And I want him to, just go back to his roots and help, because I just feel for you to be successful, you also need to give back.
Right. Melissa, you are a professional. You're an esteemed Pinay pride here in the US. She doesn't want to talk about that and what she does, but we're going to be talking to you today as the mom of Mason, which I think, to me as a mom too, never mind all the things that we've achieved in life, but if we're raising good kids that can contribute to the society, to me, that's the biggest accomplishment.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
And to hear Mason at such a young age of 14, going back to the Philippines to play. So many kids are just excited to play, but he wants to connect to his roots. He wants to immerse himself in the culture. But more than that, he thought of not just going back, but also giving back.
Yeah, I'm super proud of Mason and my kids because they know how fortunate they are here living in the United States and what hard work means to them. When we were talking about his Eagle project, a lot of his friends are either painting walls or growing flowers and making things beautiful. But I said, find something that you could be passionate about and that you can carry this on through years and not just a one-time thing. Mm-hmm. And so at first he thought about maybe putting a camp together here in the United States and whatnot. And I think him being associated with Fil-Am Nation opened his mind up to say, hey, why don't I do my Eagle project in the Philippines and let's collect shoes and give to the less fortunate. So I think that he just came about it naturally.
Right. And of course, as a mom, you're helping him also calling your contacts and different people to see if they will donate. How did you go about the collection of the shoes and asking for donations?
To be honest, it was so easy. I said, Mason, pull together a flyer, put together what you're looking for, and you just kind of pulled it together. And then I just blasted it on social media. And naturally, it's just so nice that everyone watching stories or just following social media was able to reach out and just give back. We also had we recently had a basketball banquet for his school, and all his teammates also brought shoes. So it was just such a natural thing to do.
I'm smiling because that was also how I found out about this
Exactly,
project,
which
and
is
I'm
so
happy
awesome.
that I did
Thank
it
you.
before you left too, right?
Yes.
I saw the Instagram stories, but unbeknownst to many, I'm going to tell them that for 10 years now, every year I've been asking Melissa to come and be featured on Sojanel TV because she is an amazing Filipina. Like I said earlier,
thank you so
Pinay
much.
Pride, a global head of marketing for a very renowned brand. I thought that I wanted to interview you and talk to you about that and ask you for your advice about being a career woman or
Yes.
in fashion maybe, but now I'm going to ask you for advice on how to raise well-rounded kids like Mason, who's not just excelling in sports, but also excelling socially, that has the mind for others, to help others.
You know what? I really learned this from my parents. They always said, who are you if you're not going to raise, good kids? Because they're a reflection of what and who you are. And so with that in mind, being so busy, I traveled so much, and I have to be honest, COVID really helped me because before COVID, I would always prioritize my work, right? And then when COVID hit, you were almost forced to spend time with your kids more, right?
Stay at home.
Stay at home. Like, I got to know them better. I had to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the middle of my calls.
Right.
And then I realized, oh my gosh, like, I need to be there for my kids. I need to shape them to be the best person that they can be. And so you really have to prioritize and be there for them because, it's different now. Like, they're highly influenced by social media, the news, and anything. And mostly it's always negative. And so you need to bring the positivity in their lives and just really encourage them to be the best. So the one thing that I do invest in for my kids, like, yes, once in a while I'll give them the nice pair of shoes, a nice something, but we don't prioritize that. My husband and I, we prioritize travel. To me, honestly, like, it's just really exposing them to culture and other people and just being really open-minded.
I love that. Giving experiences
Yes.
rather than material
Material,
things.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
For all the parents out there, that's a tip too, right? And what are you looking forward to the most for yourself? What does this trip mean to you?
It's like an eye-opener to see 300 plus Fil-Am kids go to Manila and like give back and then just see the culture and then most of all have fun playing basketball. I go to all my kids' games, and so now seeing them play in the Philippines would be super exciting because it's different and they're all gonna look alike. You know what I mean?
Right.
In America, everyone looks different. There, it's all Filipinos. So it'll just be really fun and exciting to watch.